Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the October 9th issue of the Tucson Mortgage Weekly. I'm Todd Abelson, reporting again from our new location. As you can tell, got some pictures on the wall now, so things are getting better. We need some plants next. Anyway, what happened last week? Actually, it was kind of an interesting week. A lot of volatility. European news reports that the problems still persist. Duh, who figured that was going to suddenly get resolved overnight? And then we had mixed blessings of the continued expected joy and fear of QE3. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but ultimately QE3 is either going to lead us to salvation or is going to push us over the cliff of debt, which everybody's worried about, me included. Housing report. Well, it came out a little bit stronger, showing that we are getting some increased activity. Maybe, of course, that's due to the reduction in interest rates. Maybe not. We'll have to watch that over the long term. And then, of course, the big bango, the jobs report came out Friday. And while there were 114,000 new jobs created, which is always a good number, it's nowhere near where it needs to be. There were downward revisions in prior months' private sector growth. So, as much as growth is good, we'd rather see private than government. But what ended up happening, which was interesting, is that the unemployment rate dropped down to 7.8%, and I've been watching that mostly because if you see MSNBC in the morning and you watch Rick Santelli, he's been announcing for months that on the last report before the election, isn't it going to just be coincidental that the unemployment report's just going to be down below where it was when Obama took office? And of course, that was all that was reported last week, is that unemployment rate was 7.8%. Okay, well, you make of that what you'd like. All right, what happened this morning? Well, after the Columbus Day holiday, when all of the markets were closed, we're seeing a little bit of improvement this morning. There's no reports out today. But again, Europe is reporting very slow growth, which is obviously problematic. This week, again, really not much coming out in the way of reports. Friday, producer price index and consumer sentiment. But what's happening today, which is a biggie, or starting today, is the earnings season. So companies like Alcoa and some of the big boys are going to start announcing their quarterly earnings reports, quarter three, not QE3, but quarter three, and we'll have an opportunity to see how businesses are doing. Okay, so what's the wild cards? Well, right now I would continue to say that it's don't fight the Fed. QE3 is either going to work and bring us to the promised land, or it's not going to work and it's going to leave us with another God knows how many $1 trillion in debt. Anyway, don't forget to check out the blog site, TucsonMortgages.com. I'm Todd Abelson at 331 Lend. Make it a profitable week. Bye-bye.